Hello guys, welcome to the next video. In this video I want to create a boilerplate using just webpack, TypeScript and React to start our front-end project. Okay, so I just created as example a folder inside temp, okay, because it's not really important, this is just for the tutorial. And so let's start. So to start we will create, because this folder is completely empty, okay, there is nothing, I want to make it from scratch. So we will start creating a npm project. So we will just call npm init. We will just, we can fill whatever, but it is not important now. And since we have it, we will start installing our dependencies, okay, all the dependencies we will need for this project. So first, since we want Webpack, we will install the needed packages for Webpack. That means we will need Webpack, webpack-cli, the command line interface, webpack-dev-server for the server that will be running and will be watching for our changes to update automatically the results. And also we will need an html-webpack-plugin. So this plugin really make it much easier to manage our index.html, and also a babel-loader, okay, so we can also use our Babel to manage the transpiling of our code. So yeah, also we will execute this so it's more clean and it's not too much mixture of packages at the same time. Yeah, so we'll just install this. Next we will need the projects, the packages for our Babel. That means we will need the Babel core, we will need Babel preset-env, which is the package that allows us to use any modern JavaScript features and convert it to previous browser, cross-browser compatible JavaScript. We will need the preset-react that allows us to use JSX, and finally we will need the preset-typescript, so we can transpile TypeScript into JavaScript. Next, we will need also TypeScript, right? And for TypeScript, we will need the types. Okay, so we can have basically all the interfaces from React and React DOM. So therefore, we will need also React and React DOM. Okay. And yeah, so this is basically the basic stuff we will be using now. So the next step will be to create some folders, okay, to have a structure for our project, our basic structure. So first step will be to create a folder called build tools, and here we will have our webpack config file, okay. Then we will need a source folder, and inside this one we will have our index.tsx, okay, because we are using TypeScript, and our also index.html. Then we will need a file to configure our TypeScript. So this is by default the tsconfig.json file. We will need also a babelrc, and that's it for now. This is the only file we will need. So we will now open our project with Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we have it here. Yeah, perfect. So we have all the folders prepared. Okay, so now the next step will be to fill, okay, to really fill our files. So we will start with the Babel So here we will basically specify all the presets that will run in our project, and we have to remember this is an array, and the order of the presets we will specify will be executed in the reversed way. That means the first element will be the last to be executed. So I will explain now this. So basically, we need these three, which was the packages we installed before, and so basically the first package to be used will be the preset-TypeScript. Therefore, all the TypeScript files will be transformed into JavaScript. The next step will be to convert the React components. That means all the JSX files will be converted into JavaScript, and finally all the resulting JavaScript will be transpiled into a old browser cross-compatible JavaScript. So we can use like the newest JavaScript features, such even like from ES6 we have like the spread operator, the arrow functions, and more. And we can also but we will see it in other video, we can add plugins, for example, to support for example the optional chaining, or the nullish coalescing, which are even the newest feature that are even not in ES6 but are in the ES 2020. So since we have Babel prepared, we will now configure our TypeScript configuration file. So we'll basically simply configure some basic stuff, like we will specify the target. So our TypeScript will be transpiled, let's say, into ES5. We will specify our module generation, and will be common GS. We will say we want to have JSX for React, because we can have it also for React Native. We will specify we want also to generate our source map. We will see later for what is this. We'll specify our out directory to be test. For example, we want to also remove the comments. We want to for example, allow the syntactic default imports. Basically, this one, what it does is allow default imports from modules with no default imports. Okay, so we don't have to specify default import, and we can use a module. And then we have as module import. And finally, we will preserve also const and enums. Okay. Then we will say we want to include all the files that are in source. Okay, so it's written like this. So we specify source and then 2 asterisks and asterisk. That means like in any folder and subfolders. So basically the whole tree of folders inside source are included as our TypeScript project. Okay, and finally, the configuration file we have to touch is the webpack. Okay, so first, we will specify our path to work with our paths more comfortably. We will need our HTML webpack-plugin, and now we will simply export our configuration. So first we will need to specify the entry point, which will be the basically the initial index.tsx, which is the main entrance of our app. We will specify the vendor also, which is React and React DOM. So that means it's an important dependency for our project. And we will specify also like the output. We will say like the output will be in dist, and and the file names will be called gs name bundle, for example, gs. But we will not be using this now, but we will keep it prepared. Also dev tool, we will say we want source map. Okay, resolve resolve. We will basically want to specify all the files that will be resolved for now. So we will say we want to resolve TypeScript files, we want to resolve TypeScript React files, we want to resolve JavaScript files, and also JavaScript for React files, that means .tsx, okay, and also our JSON files, which basically will be all the files that have data or any configuration. Since we want to have like a hot reloading server, which is the webpack-dev-server, we will specify our content base, which should be like this because it's the generation folder, and we will specify a port that will be listening to serve our project. Okay, then we go to an important part of our webpack. It's very important to understand well. This part is the module.rules, and here we will specify all the loaders that will be applied to specific files. So to specify the files, we will specify the test attribute, which is basically a regex expression including all the files that will match the files that we want to apply this loader to. Okay, so we want to apply to all TypeScript and JavaScript files, and also can be like files with React components, so we support the JSX syntax. We don't want to include our node modules, okay, and we want that we apply to these files, we want to apply loader, the babel. Okay, so the babel's configuration we specified in our babelrc file will be applied thanks to this rule. So all the files that match this regex will be applied with the babel-loader. Okay, and finally we will specify for now like the plugin for our HTML management, and this is basically we just call this HTML plugin, and we simply will specify the template, which will be this source index.html we created earlier. Okay, and we will be now filling this file. So basically we go this index.html. Simply what we will add is simply the basic body, the basic HTML structure, and here we will just create a div with the ID root, and so this will be to identify the element, the HTML element, to where our React application will be injected. Okay, so finally we will just prepare our index.tsx, which will be basically the root of our React application, and we simply have to just import React. We will import our React DOM, and we simply have to create like our simple app, which we can say just hello world, and we just call React DOM.render, and here we will now specify our app, which is basically the one we created, and a second argument we will specify this element in the HTML to which we will build our React application, which is the root, which is the div we specified earlier, right? Okay, and so basically this is everything. The last step will be to create a script in our package.json to simplify the process of running our project. So we can just call it like dev, because this will be for the development purposes, and we will call webpack Okay, specifying serve. This is the new way to call the webpack-dev-server, because already webpack-cli includes the webpack-dev-server to run into this command, the serve. So we will just specify the configuration file, which is our config webpack, and we will specify the mode, which will be development. Okay, and that's it. So if everything is fine, we haven't done any error, this should run correctly. Okay, so yeah, so we will simply prepare this and run it. We will just call npm run dev. Okay, we have problem here because it seems like there is missing a babel-loader, and I don't know why, because I have installed it. I did a mistake. As you can see, here is loader and is loader, so was missing just an A. Okay, so now our application, okay, let's open the browser. I will bring it here. Come here, baby. Yeah, so we have here, we can just now call localhost 8000. Yeah, and we have here our hello world, so already is running, and we can see like we have the hot reloading stuff. Okay, okay, I am now wondering where is my project. Okay, so we can now see if this is really hot reloading. So we can say hello world, my friend, and you can see it's directly updating our result. So this is now prepared to start developing in a comfortable way using TypeScript, and we are ready to rock on. So see you in the next chapter, where we will be adding more plugins, more interesting libraries to improve our working process. See you soon, guys.